We're visiting Heritage Museums and Gardens here in Sandwich, Massachusetts, found on Cape Cod. So here's a view walking into the Heritage Museum and Gardens. When you first enter the gardens, they have this boat that was made out of cardboard and trash that they throw out here.
Everything's too plastic.
So in this building they have an auto museum here at Heritage Gardens. Part of the Heritage Gardens is this automobile museum in a beautiful building on their grounds. And they have 2 floors of antique automobiles dating back to the very beginning of automobiles. Like here's one from 1904, right next to another automobile from 1903. And they have 2 floors of automobiles. This is the first floor, laid out in a circular fashion. And this overlooks the second floor with more automobiles below. This was a presidential car from 1909, one of the first cars that were used by a president of the United States. This is the famous Model T built by Henry Ford. Tammy's driving the Model T. Road hog. Part of the car museum is this Country Squire station wagon. Kind of reminds me of National Lampoon's with Chevy Chase taking his family cross country to Wally World. They also have a bunch of cars that are in storage. Here they are behind glass, kind of like in a garage on display. So they got a significant collection of cars here at the Heritage Museum and Gardens. This is the McGraw Family Garden of the Senses. And they got beautiful flowers here, and there's even a butterfly visiting one of the flowers right there. And they got this really nice windmill as a backdrop.
Monarch.
And this is the Old East Mill. A nice butterfly garden here. There's quite a few butterflies visiting these flowers. So they got this garden that relates to the senses. This one is furry, feels velvety or furry to the touch. This one does too. And then you come around the corner here and they got some succulents that are fun to touch and feel. They got some chives here and then some basil that smells so good. So this smells wonderful.
Adventure. Oh, I like this tree.
Yeah, this tree is pretty, overlooking this boardwalk. And the boardwalk is looking over some rhododendrons here.
Nice.
Those are huge rhododendrons.
Yes.
Here's an area of the garden that has some water elements in it. We've got a waterfall, and over around the corner, past this table, and another waterfall. So here is the Hart family maze garden. And you can go in and get lost in this maze. It's not very big, but it's fun walking around the maze garden. So here at the gardens, they have some artwork that's been constructed from refuse and trash. Here's another one. We saw the boat earlier, and this is called Is the Party Over Yet? And this is made from pieces of airplane and marine plastic debris. So here's the Daniel Wing building from 1686, which is found near the central area of the garden. And then they also have a stage here so that they can have some performances and people can sit out on the lawn. Here's a Japanese cedar tree located right off one of the trails. And you got some flowers, which open up into this field. And you got this nice little sculpture there. It's a nice lily garden right here that leads up to this nice waterfall feature, which actually begins at the entrance. You can see the pump that supplies the water down a trough that exits here and falls down into this pond. We've got a garden with some hydrangeas here that lead down to this nice hemlock tree with this circular stone area that's overlooking a nice little trellis and other plants. In their hydrangea garden, there's a sign here telling you that the bloom color of hydrangea is affected primarily by soil pH and aluminum ions. And you can see here the beautiful different colors in all these different hydrangeas surrounding this beautiful fountain with a beautiful woman off in the distance. Here's another sculpture at Hydrangea Gardens. This is made from reclaimed lobster rope that was left in the ocean. The artist made this to look like a whale rib cage. It's all made from rope that was taken from the ocean. So this area is called the Labyrinth, and it has some rocks underneath, some hemlock trees here, and you can walk the entire labyrinth. Kind of zen. Building at the gardens, they host some temporary exhibits. Let's go take a look at what's inside. So this exhibit is featuring the lifestyle and history of Cape Cod, and they've got information about Cape Cod's past, Cape Cod's history, and things that have happened here over the years. So as part of the history of Cape Cod, they've got mini golf, and Tammy's going to take a putt under the classic windmill hole.
Oh, come on.
Anywhere I could get a hole in one, it would be in this hole.
Good job.
I got two.
This is the children's garden. You can enter here and the kids can run around and explore these different flowers. And right behind the kids' garden, they've got a wigwam that the kids can play in. So this was the traditional structure built by the Wampanoag. On the grounds of Hydrangea Garden, they've also got this lake. There's some ducks that are swimming by right there in the lake. And they got this path along the woods that goes along the border of the lake. Here's a meandering path that leads down to a nice little tree house. The tree house has a second floor to it, so you can walk up and get a look for some higher ground. Heading down to what they call Hidden Hollow, they got some different instruments that the kids can play. And they got play areas for the kids. They got building blocks, xylophones, sticks for kids to make structures with, a place where you can dig. They got some chalkboards and paints you can use to make prints. And they've also got this waterfall and fountain for the kids to play around with buckets and cans. At Heritage Gardens in this building, they house a carousel and some more exhibits.
Oh, it costs extra.
It's free.
It's free?
We'll ride the carousel. So here we are riding the carousel. Another fun thing to do here at Heritage Gardens. This is a forested trail going through rhododendrons here at Heritage Gardens.